right, I gotta get. Ooh, yeah, let me put the game on the screen. I'm literally starting to talk about lineups, and the game's not even on the screen. It's like, what are you? If it's your first time doing this, you moron. All right, here we go. Having a look at North. Let's zone in and have a look at Team Pengu here in the green, spawning on the north side of North, bringing Montana, Des Moines, Moscow, Venezia, and Napoli. A well-rounded, well-balanced cruiser lineup, fronted by 2 destroyers, Harugumo and Ragnar.
So, having said, we'll probably bring a Montana. We haven't brought a Montana. We've brought us some Vincent, which I guess will be going up to the 9-10 line. We've got Des Moines, a Salem, which I think will probably also be going to the 9-10 line. And then 2 Moskva, a Kleber, and a Yuya. I
love that you have two players on your team who are rebels with their camos. Have you noticed this game?
Oh, really? No, I haven't noticed that.
Last game, everybody was dressed the same, and this game you have 2 renegades. Look at these guys.
No, pink and green. Pink and green, classic
Look at these guys.
combo.
They're like, nah, y'all can take your green and just blow it. We ain't doing that.
I think this is the Brazilian camo. The green.
I think it is. Yes.
Yeah, I do quite like that one. It's pretty nice.
I do too, and I think the purple one is the Tokyo Game Show camo.
It is Tokyo Game Show. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think that one's
Pingu going for
pretty classic one.
Pingu going for the 5-2 split. Most people going towards North End of C, sending Venezia and Ragnar over to A. I'll be curious to see how they deploy the Harugumo. I should have a peek here. Let's see if this is a legendary Harugumo or not.
Most teams so far have not sent destroyers to the AB side. They've mostly gone double destroyers over to C and left the cruisers to cap the caps. So it's going to be interesting to see how those 2 destroyers play off against each other. Our Yu Yang is smoke, not radar.
It's a curious choice. The opposing Harugumo for Pengu's team is a unique upgrade Harugumo, which gives him, if memory serves, it's not crawling smoke, but it's a much longer duration smoke screen.
Yeah, it gives you a really long deployment time, but I think the smoke itself doesn't last quite as long.
Yeah, it shortens the duration, but you get a huge area.
It's good for smoking cruisers into a position.
Sakura's Kleber way over on the 8 line, doing a little scouting. Nothing doing over there. Nobody to spot just yet, but that's going to change shortly. Probably won't quite be able to pick up the Des Moines. Going to be a little too far south for the early spots there. The central Moscow position, I like. I like that flexibility because I'm betting his radar. That's your guy, Sit Me Daddy. His radar covers the entirety of all the B cap and the C cap, but then he has the flexibility to move up that channel if he wants to shift north and punish somebody.
Yep, can move up the channel, can move to the Triangle Island. That's a pretty nice position. Can even reverse and go the other way as well. I'd say the only downside of that position is that you can't really shoot anything. You're just a radar.
Yeah, you're basically a radar bot waiting to have something to shoot at, more or less. Sakura way over in the 10 line, doing a little early scouting, not really coming up with anything now as Kletz's smoke begins to go up to bridge the gap of these islands to get 4 Mazing across. Now, we watched another team do this. Bison's team did this earlier with the gearing on the south side of this map.
So I'm trying to keep an eye on the 8, 9, 10 line, but also the Ragnar and the Yu Yang are about to meet. The radar is out from the Ragnar.
There it is.
Yu Yang smoking under radar, which is not ideal.
Feels a little inadvisable. He is turning out. He'll duck out of that radar range right about now.
Yep. That smoke, of course, will then be available for the Des Moines to move behind.
Some good hits from your DM. He's got good aim there, hitting Ribery.
Yep, Lord Daimon is, you might know them as Papaga Sniper.
Ah, yes.
I believe.
Venezia salvo going in. Solid hit.
Okay, yeah, so that smoke screen now, Lord Diamond can move up behind. The Ragnar radar is obviously not available anymore. Styles Venezia smoking to 10 out.
So they used this smoke screen. Formazing's Des Moines ran in it. Capitano's Napoli ran behind it, and now both ships basically on the 10 line staring this Salem square in the face.
All right, so nothing. What's really interesting is that there's no one anywhere near C at the moment.
C is completely empty.
I think my team may well be sending the Kleber to cap that right now.
It would make sense, especially since they know the Moskva radar just got burned.
Ooh, okay. So the Penguin Moskva has got really good shots on the Salem right now. I don't know how long that's going to go on for as the Salem reaches the island, but right now it can lob.
I gotta say, I'm not. Yeah, that was a solid hit. I'm not confident I like Pepe's Salem position here, just because it feels like he's got way too much pressure on him. The Moskva, the Montana,
now,
these guys can roll up right
now
behind
the
him.
Island. Now that island has been reached, I think that's a stronger position. Obviously, the Napoli is a risk.
I was going to say, Capitano's Napoli coming right down the 10 line, smoke churning. He's putting torpedoes out for the St. Vincent. Those aren't going to go anywhere, but I think he's going to... Actually, he may have wished he'd save those torpedoes, but looks like he's going to push right up and try to punch Pepe out.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. So you've only got one set on each side, so you've put your torps out on the right side towards the Vincent. If you were planning on rushing the Salem, you can't.
They can see him now. They've got a clear line of vision. Pepe knows he's in a bit of a pickle here. SAP secondary is starting to go in on English Gent.
But the thing is, right, so Pepe in the Salem doesn't know the torps are in the water.
No, he doesn't. Now, I think those torpedoes may end up actually going nowhere just because Gent slowed down, but he might not have realized that was going to happen.
Oh, this is such a shame. Pepe doesn't know that the Napoli can't torp him.
No, he doesn't.
And so he's going all the way forwards to avoid the torp rush, which can't happen.
This is such a weird moment here with this Napoli and Salem. They pushed the Salem out. They've pushed him out, I think.
I'm wondering...
Thinking Formation was going to have the
purposeful? Shot. If Capitano's push without the torps was just a psychological trick, that is genius.
I don't know, man.
I love that.
I got nothing. On the other flank, Pepe's Ragnar got beat up pretty good as well. I'm not.
I think the Napoli is just position holding. The
I was going to say,
reload pretty quickly on the Napoli.
If I'm the Napoli, why not just ram him and get it over with? Like, just make the trade. You've come all this way. You've sold half your health to get to this position.
Well, I mean, Napoli is basically just sitting there and helping the Des Moines farm this Moskva, right?
They are punching the Moskva out, and that seems likely to happen here shortly.
Ribéry in the background might go down in the Ragnar. I don't know whether those torps are going to hit Sal.
Nope, torps miss Sal. Ribéry does. He's popping a heel. His last heel is just ticking away, but Damon's... Wow, Damon's Des Moines has been on point. If he can trade with the Yang, okay. They get the Yang, first kill going to Pepe's team. To Pingu's team, I should say. But they do get Ribéry, so it ends up as a trade. So many of your ships are under threat. There goes Tommy.
Yep.
English Gent is looking really rough back here. Capitano's Napoli is just getting chewed up. He finally gets a good AP salvo into the Salem.
Yeah, this is not like the classic way that you would use a Napoli.
I don't understand what is happening here.
It's working.
I just don't understand what's happening here. Like you came all this way and now you're just sitting. Oh my goodness! Punches out the St. Vincent. Wow, a 40k salvo wiping out the St. Vincent.
Okay, things not looking great for my team.
No,
right now,
I think Game 3 is almost a foregone conclusion at this point, as Pepe makes it to another super heal.
Yep. So this Napoli is just...
I don't understand the Napoli at all.
Yeah, but it worked, right?
I mean, just the threat of it, I guess, but I still don't understand why you wouldn't just go ahead and kill the stupid thing.
To quote Jingles, if it's stupid and it works.
It isn't stupid. I hear you. That is just wild to me.
We are technically still winning, the best kind of winning.
No. You're 200 points 200 points down.
You put on the points clock, we still win.
Oh, well, no, that's fair. That's a fair point.
It's technically winning.
Okay, reasonable. I understand the argument.
We're not technically losing until we're technically losing. We're losing. We're losing. We're definitely losing.
I want you to notice we're about to have
losing.
all the carnage that happened on the 10 line. Look at this pristine Moskva versus pristine Moskva in the middle of the map. Neither one of these ships has taken a single point of damage. And I think they're just going to go touch tips.
If the Pingu Moscow's got any sense, it'll just ram.
I was going to say, just trade and get the ship off the board, man. No, they're going to just...
Nope.
Look at this.
They're just going to shoot each other in the face over and over again.
They can't even shoot each other. They're just going to sit here and stare at each other angrily.
So the problem is Daddy can't really do a drive-by here because you've got the Montana sitting over in the cap. So you don't want the ram if you're Daddy, but you equally can't push out.
But I mean, Cheka isn't going to get punched out, right? The Moskva reload isn't fast enough to punch him out in a single salvo, which is all you're always going to have time for when you come around the island.
No, very true. Now Pingu is technically winning.
Oh, I see now. Okay, I see your argument now. I got it.
You got to cling to something. Do you know what this means, though? If Pingu's team do indeed win,
what?
It's that we get to see Riposte.
It's right. We get to see Riposte. I'm excited for that possibility. Cheka's like waiting until the Montana gets here. He's like, all right, Montana step, bro. Get over here and help me out. like I'm not doing this unless you're here. We're just gonna sit here and stare angrily at each other.
You know, they've got the time, they've got the points, they've got the position. Just do it carefully.
Agreed. And I think that what it is. It's a risk averse strategy, and I am being a little unfair by mocking it, because if you've got the lead and you've got the ship lead, like, why risk it? Just take your time, get it done the quote unquote right way, make it happen. You know. Now the Montana AP can absolutely hurt. I mean, the Moskva AP can absolutely hurt this Montana, though. He's got to be a little cautious.
I think, the Monty could just ram, honestly.
I mean, you might as well just get it over with.
So you've got 932 points. A ram is not going to change that very much. I love how on the minimap it looks like they're all just queuing up to ram Daddy.
they're all just getting in line for their turn at trying to make this ram or something, or the drive-by. It is kind of funny. It's like this big line of ships.
It's going to be the kill. Venezia might be able to kill Lord Diamond in the middle.
Now they're just stopped. They're just stopped in this channel.
They're just playing with each other.
And now the Moss was like, nope, I'm going to go right down. Oh, there we go. They get the Des Moines to finally end the game. What a mess.
That was fun.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, we're going to Riposte, baby.
We are. As much as I don't like seeing my team lose, I am very excited to see a game 3.
Nobody ever likes to see their team lose, but the caster always wants game 3.
Right.